Good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk about the lateral spinothalamic tract. And let me just write it down here. This is the lateral. Let me use this pen. Lateral spinothalamic tract. Okay, so this is the tract that you are going to study with me today. So this is actually this tract. It's an important pathway in the central nervous system, and it's responsible for transmitting pain, temperature, sensation from the body to the brain. Pretty much the same of all the tracts that you also studied with me before. The fibers of this tract, okay, will originate from the neurons located in the substantia gelatinosa, which is this one. Substantia gelatinosa. This structure right here, okay? And this, as you can see here, is within the dorsal horn of the spinal cord. And these fibers will cross over the opposite side of the spinal cord in the white commissure. Let me just do this. Here's the white commissure fibers. Crossing the midline of the spinal cord, midline in the white commissure. Nice, no? Okay, so you will see here, this part here is the white commissure. And if you remember the anatomy of the spinal cord, the white commissure is situated in the anterior to the central canal. The central canal is here. Okay, I'm gonna use the black one. I will not paint this area of the dorsal and the ventral horn because otherwise it will be too dark and you will not see the fibers. And what will happen after crossing the midline? The fibers will ascend through the lateral funiculus. Here is the lateral funiculus. Okay, this is the lateral funiculus. Lateral funiculus of the spinal cord. Lateral spinothalamic tract. In the lateral funiculus. Lateral funiculus. And as you can see here, the fibers will ultimately terminate in the posterolateral ventral nucleus, which is this area here. I'm gonna use a different color, okay? Posterior ventral nucleus of thalamus. Okay, is here where the synapse with the third order neurons will happen, and then will project to the cerebral cortex for further processing. A few things that I believe that is important to mention here. Substância gelatinosa. This is the primary source of the fibers that forms the lateral spinothalamic tract. It is gray. It's mainly composed of gray matter. It is on the gray matter region in the dorsal horn of the spinal cord, and the main role of this area is modulate pain signals. Now, the fibers crossing the midline, as I mentioned, will cross the midline at the white commissure, and this ensures that sensory information from one side of the body is transmitted to the opposite side of the brain, and this is why damage to one side of the spinal cord can result in sensory deficit on the contralateral side of the body. I hope that makes sense for you, because sometimes you think that, let's say, pain in one specific area might be related with the same area of the spine, but it's not. Lateral spinothalamic tract, this one, once crossed, the fibers travel upward in the lateral funiculus and a white matter region, which is the white matter region of the spinal cord, and will carry pain and temperature information to the thalamus. Okay, this is the final destination of the second order neurons in the lateral spinothalamic tract, and the thalamus acts as a relay station, because from here it will be, the information will be processed, the sensory information will be processed to the by the somatosensory cortex for conscious perception. And a few things that I believe that are important to mention as well is that the second order neurons, first, about the second order neurons, the lateral spinothalamic tract represents these second order neurons in the pain and temperature sensory pathway, and these neurons receive input from first order neurons, which are located in the dorsal root ganglia, and project into the spinal cord via the dorsolateral tract of Lissa, as I show you here. Okay, dorsolateral tract of Lissa here. Okay, we'll come here and then to the spinothalamic tract here. And what else? Damage to the lateral spinothalamic tract will result in contralateral hemianesthesia, which you probably know is when you lose the sensation of pain and temperature on the opposite side of the body. And this condition is often seen in case of spinal cord injury or disease that will affect the lateral aspect of the spinal cord. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me just finish this drawing. I know that's not complete. I think that I lost one of my pens. Well, at least I can't find here. Sorry, just okay, I'm gonna use this one. It's just because it's not clear, this part here. And I will ask you, if it's possible, don't forget to subscribe if you are watching this video from my YouTube channel. and consider to make comments or even share if you think that might be relevant for someone. And if you want to ask anything about these illustrations, feel free to ask as well. Okay, let me just finish this part. And then what I'm gonna do, guys, after finish this part, add some color. I'm going to explain the same thing in Portuguese. So if you don't know Portuguese, might be a little bit tricky for you to follow. But again, if you want to watch this video again, it will be on my YouTube channel. And what is the name of my YouTube channel? You can just have a look at my profile. Okay. I mentioned that I want to use the yellow one, or I think that I didn't mention anything, but yeah, all the way up to this part. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this. Thank you, Joe. Guys, when I do this live on TikTok, people usually support with likes. Sometimes people send some gifts, but it's up to you if you want to help this project, because I intend to stick with this for a while, for a long time, guys. It will be really helpful. And then here we have, I'll not use the yellow, otherwise we'll be too confused. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this color here, some more. I'm not good to remind the name of the colors, guys. Sorry. But I think that will give you a different perspective of this illustration, especially for you that is watching this on YouTube. Okay, this is the lateral spinothalamic tract. And now, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and yeah, thanks so much.